It's so warm. I don't know if I can drink my coffee. Good afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for the 29th week of 2024. At knitting the other night there was only Jill and I, so Jill was getting towards the end of her Debbie Bliss Rialto lace cardigan that she's not making in Rialto lace. And she does think there might be a slight different shade difference between the two skeins that she's used. But I'm going to put a picture on because I keep talking about it and not giving you any pictures of it. I think I showed you the cardigan last week. I still have to block it. It's fine. And I've made a hat to go with it. And I started the Smooth Fox Beginners Round Ripple Blanket. But I've made it with a textured yarn. I do this every week. I'm going to go and get it. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I'm sure if I found the right yarn, I would. I'm back. This is Bergère de France. Jundra, I think it says. It's double knit. And it is cotton. 10% cotton, 19% wool and 1% polyester. Oh, it doesn't say 10, it says 70. It's got silly writing on it that I couldn't read. That looks like 10, doesn't it? Anyway. Oh no, I've lost it. I quite like this pattern. That's the back. It's got a nice, you can just sit and relax and go around and do. I might need, every now and then there's a ridge where you only go through the back of the loops. I'll have to check the pattern because I might have missed some out. So we had company round yesterday and I was just going round and round once I knew what I was doing. So that's on back burner because now I know I need to be using pink yarn for the baby I'm knitting for. And I've made this before, which is a lovely little hat. And I've got 2 balls of this Peyton's 100% wool, but it's baby wool. So that should be appropriate for January for warmth. And the pattern is in 4-ply. Oh, and there's some little, I can do booties and a hat and a cardigan all to match probably. It doesn't say who the pattern's by. Oh, it's Erica Knight. It does say in very small writing on the side that it's an Erica Knight pattern. So that's my next cast on. So I am wearing a fantastic exfoliating cardigan knitted by my nanny who taught me how to knit, and she's been gone a long time, so it must be at least 30 years old. So it's very, very scratchy when you put it on and off, but I think it's great, and hasn't it worn well? And it'll be from the times when you didn't have a massive choice of knitting patterns. She also used to use this. She used to get coins, like our 2p coins that were, oh, how big was a 2p? Maybe even 3 centimetres. The old 2p coin. Yeah, it was bigger than it is now. Anyway, she used to crochet a circle and then crochet another one and then join them up with the coin in the middle and then do a long cord and stick diamantes on it, and it was a fancy necklace. And I used to wonder how she did it, but now I know. but I don't think I've got one of them. I'm quite sure I don't, but I used to have. And I used to think it was really special and different. Millie's been to the vets and she's had, well, she had her ears checked and a heart and got a good feel all around. And then the vet said, I think I've messed around with her enough. She wants to come back another day for her blood pressure. When she was weighed. And Millie was just lying there, waiting for the next thing to happen. Because, you know, I think an 18-year-old cat's wise. I think she's so chill because she's wise. She doesn't panic about things like a young cat might. Black coffee with caramel. Nice. So I said, I think she's chill enough, but she might need to go to the toilet. So she said, if I put her in the, we've got a tray, if I put her in the tray, do you think she'll do one? I said, yeah, probably, if she needs to. Anyway, I don't know if she did or not, but she had a blood pressure done and it's okay. But I could have told her that because really she's just been great. She can jump on our bed and that's quite high. The vet was quite impressed with that. She's absolutely indulged because she is so old and she was so ill. So she has the roam of the house at night. So she tends to meow at me at 5 o'clock in the morning and things just to check I'm still alive, I think. Well, something special happened. Lottie and Roxy are fine. They've been paddling because it's been warm weather and so Millie's all right. And I went out into the garden with the washing one morning and I saw a fish. So I thought, right, I'm just going to sit here and see what happens. And the sun was shining in the pond and the fish were sunbathing. So I managed to get some footage of them all. So there's Slim Shady's the big grey one. And the others are rudd. And there's 4 of them. There was 5, but we lost one of them. So you can enjoy that. Helen's doing some yarn tourism. She's gone to London for the weekend. So we didn't see her the other night and she's hunting down one of the wool shops at least to go visit. So I can tell you all about that next week probably. And Fee's in France and Andy's in Scotland and Danielle gets a mention every now and then because she doesn't come very often. But I do have a picture of a beautiful baby blanket that she made for her baby that's due sooner, like a month sooner than she thought. It's a bit shocking, isn't it? Well, at least she got the blanket finished. So that's all the pets, except for the parrot who's now in the garden listening to the garden birds, because I've just heard him wheel her out. And I know what I need to show you. I'll have to go off again. I'm back. My yarn. So this was, well, it will have been 100 grams. And next time I will weigh off 2 lots of 50 and then spin them onto the 2 reels and then ply them together onto the other one. That's a good plan, isn't it? But this one is 80 grams. And I'm in no way experienced as a spinner, but I think that's come out quite well. I don't know how many meters there are, but I've used my niddy noddy for the first time, and I've washed it, had it on the line, and I've yet to do like a tension of it or something, but I think I can be quite happy with myself. Yeah, there's a, well, that's not a join, that's one of my, it's not a knot. Oh yes, I'm just showing you the knotty bit. It looks alright, doesn't it? It's not particularly, it's not rough and it's not soft. Well, it is a bit soft. It's not rough and it looks a bit stringy to me. But when I washed it, there wasn't loads of fluff coming off, so I thought that was quite good. And, well, I'm quite happy with that, so I'll have to let you know more about it when I do something with it, which I'm not quite sure that'll be straight away. In fact, the bit that's left on my spinning wheel, I could maybe chain ply that and then have a go with that, wash that and have a go with that. But I'm quite pleased with my efforts. So I should start some more spinning and not let the momentum, not let it stop. And actually, I had my spinning wheel near a chair that I don't particularly sit on, so I've moved it next to the chair I always sit on. So there's no excuse because I can just grab it. I can just do a bit of spinning whenever I want. When I applied this, it did seem, because I am a little bit thick and thin, but it did seem quite even. I don't think it's bad at all, really. But I don't know if there's some experts out there that can tell me more. It's been spun over quite a long period of time, like about 2 years. But most of it was done, I actually think most of it was done 2 years ago, and then I just stopped, which is silly, isn't it? Anyhow, now I think I've told you everything. So more news, maybe, next week.